Hey everybody, hey, it's Corey from Country Family. Now that I got all my poles set, our next segment is going to be stringing some level lines across the poles to set our headers and set our toe boards. The toe boards are 2x8 pressure treated. The headers are going to be 2x12 SPF, which is spruce, pine, fir, regular dimensional lumber. Except for over my two 10-foot wide doors, I'm going to use a laminated veneer lumber beam because we're spanning 10 foot there, and it just really ties the whole building together a lot better that way. So stay tuned, keep watching, appreciate it, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Thanks. Okay, now to find my level on all the poles, I have what's called a auto level. So it's basically a scope with crosshairs in it, and you level it off manually. This is not an automatic level, or not auto leveling. It's an auto level, but it's not auto leveling. You level it up, you look through it, mark your points on every pole, and then you have a reference to go off of for a level line across all the poles. So I've done that, and to double check it, I have stretched a string across my marks. So that's the string, and then I put on the string, I put a line level just as a double check and prove that everything is level. Obviously you could use a laser level for this, rotating laser, which I have, but for some reason I can't get it to calibrate, so I had to revert back to the auto level. And then another way to do it would be with a water level. So the water level is actually the most accurate way to do it, even more accurate than a laser, but I don't have one, and I was going to buy one, but it was only 25 foot distance on the poly line, and my barn's 48 foot long, so I don't think it would work on that. So now that I found my level points on all my poles, I got this string stretched across. I proved that it's level with my line level. I'm going to measure down to the top of my toe board, mark it on both corners, and snap a line across so I have a nice level toe board all the way around. And then my toe board is going to be 1.5 inches above the concrete. So I'll take in account for that 1.5 inches. I'll measure up 10 feet. That'll be the top of my header. So I'm going to make all those measurements, snap all those lines, then I'll start installing my toe board and my headers. Laying out my headers for the barn. What I have here is 2 foot from my outside wall to the start of my first door. It's a 10-foot wide door, and then I have a 2 foot space, 2 foot wall, and then another 10 foot. So because I have 2 doors so close together and they span 10 foot each, I'm using an LVL, which is a laminated veneer lumber. So it's going to span that whole 26 feet or 25 feet, whatever it is. So what I want to do though is when I lay this out, I'm going to let it overhang 1.5 inches. So I'm going to make that mark. So then I'm going to come in 2 foot, because that's from the outside of my barn to the inside of this post, which will be the opening of the garage door. So at 2 foot, I'm going to make a pencil line So when I lift this up, I know that this post has to go up against that pencil line. That's going to ensure that all of my posts stay plumb. If one's plumb, they're all plumb, because they're all going to be spaced out the same as they are at the bottom. So then I go my 10 foot, make another mark, and then 2 foot. So both the inside and outside headers are all marked out, so now we can put them up. All the poles will stay nice and straight and plumb. And then for the rest of the headers, we're just going to use 2x12s, 2 of them, one on the inside, one on the outside. And I'll mark all those out the same way also. A little more. What if Jay and I lift and you hold at the same time?
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I only was left-handed. This one. You may have to nail it.
Okay, I got it.
Yep, I need to do. I need you to look at this line and tell me which way the poles got to go.
Oh,
You gotta
so
come
has to be
towards
lined
you.
up with the line?
Yep.
Yeah,
And you go this way. Right there.
right there. Go this way. There you go. Let's see.
I'm way high. That's right on right there. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe, and see you in the next one. Shut up, chickens! Jag, what are you eating? Don't eat that.